Apologies in advance, everybody. It's Tony, and we're back to Sunless Skies. It's been a minute. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be a little bit jarring hopping back into it with months between recordings, but we're going to do our best. So we're at Wolvesy Station, the clamoring central station of New Winchester. Oh, perfect. I know where I am. So, I'm doing good. I got 3 fuel, 3 supplies. Got max crew. I think I'm good. What are my current objectives? Goodness, we have so many areas to explore. Pardon, one moment. Need to remember the controls. Chart, secondary fire. There we are, radio menu. Pardon me. Pardon me. Whew. Sneeze snuck up on me. There we are. Siege from Magdalene. That sounds like a good idea. At the bazaar, I believe. Back to the New Winchester. Which, it looks so cool. Yes, just me stopping back in. Yes, I know I'm wasting gas. Thank you very much. Anyways, to the bazaar. Ah. There are no options. I suppose onwards and upwards then. Let's go. I suppose the best option is to just try and find London. Can I have her on board? Southeast of New Winchester. So, Port Prosper to the southeast. Ah, yes, directions are not always right in the sky. So, south it is. On the 30th of April. It is actually just after Christmas time here. Not in the Reach. Bancroft's Forum. Yeah, I really always have loved the aspect of this game that has most of the overworld laid out visually but not accessible. It makes it both feel more lived in, yet less accessible. The isolation of this game really is a big appeal to it for how mystifying the sky, and especially in the first one, the Z can be. Because you're really on your own, by yourself, most of it. Like, yeah, you technically have your crew, but, like, you don't interact with your crew in the same way you would, like, an actual ship captain would. You just experience it from a top-down perspective in this endless and unfamiliar alien place. What more can you do but just survive? Glad to see that they're not hostile. Bat. Where is my bat? This is the borders of the Queen's March. First step in the long journey to Albion. Oh. Interesting. Um. Oh. Oh, that's just someone's house. Jeez. How odd it would be to just live in a house on an island in the sky. With no sun. Like, that's terrifying. Oh dear. That'd be an enemy. And bang. I won't lose to you. That's for damn sure. And bam. Nope. Aha. You're no match for my skills. My train has all the power. Filthy marauder. Be gone with you. Pshaw owns the skies. Let's explore the captain's cabin. Certainly. The cabin door did not survive the onset of your guns, nor did the captain. You have to tread carefully. The carpet will not be saved. A few scorched documents sit on the bronzewood desk. They make for interesting reading. Apparently London had need for the few brave captains willing to bring fire to the Tacadies. You would not have expected the signatories of the orders. I'm sorry, was that supposed to be signatures? Is that how you spell signatures? Huh. Havenwood. Apparently there's somewhere to stop here, but I'm pretty keen on finding Port Prosper. You approach the memorial of the unknown rat. One by one, your crew remove their hats. Whoa. You found and benefited from a wonder, one of the most pleasant and least menacing landmarks of the high wilderness. Huh. That's so cool. Well, there it is. I wonder what the unknown rat is. I'm glad it helps with the terror. I suppose onwards and upwards we go. And I do apologize if the voices are drastically different this time around. As, again, it has been months since my last recording of this, and I will be going in as blindly as I can to keep the pacing up and just take you guys on the adventure that I'm on myself. Really, that's what I appreciate the most about this game, is its straightforward, like, blatant reactions it pulls out of me. Like, Sunless Sea was just discovery after discovery of wonder and horror and fascination. Folk of the Reach are resilient, unafraid of isolation. Your lonely homestead stands. Oh! Settlers who live far beyond the edge of the civilization relish on the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but will occasionally welcome company and trade. You sat down in a quiet homestead. The buildings are well kept, the plants recently painted, and the plants thoroughly beaten back. But no one comes out to greet you. Let's go see what's up. Hello? The doors and windows are boarded up from the outside. Judging from the lack of dust on the porch, the inhabitants only departed recently. It's easy enough to get in. The nails are only loosely hammered in. Let's investigate first. No furniture is upturned, there are no bloodstains, but it did not seem the occupants had much time to plan their departure. There are bundles of unwashed laundry, there is a pile of children's toys in one room. Bible is open in the kitchen by the knife rack. Psalm 109 has been excised. Ugh. Let's get out of here. Yeah, that's definitely creepy. Just stumbling upon a house in the sky on a little island like that, like, it'd be terrifying. Just living in this world would be, like, more alien than we could even really comprehend. It's Old stones and forgotten ruins till I tumbled across the sky. Just, yeah, just stumbling upon old civilizations. We have nothing like this in the modern world. And really, it just taps into a root interest of most of humanity. Of the sky has always been both an insurmountable foe and also just a natural part of life. Like, fighting for flight was such an endeavor of humanity for so long. What's to say if the world we knew it was different? It'd be fascinating to have a sky that held wonders and mysteries versus it just being the atmosphere. That's really all. Oh, okay. Settlers who lived so far beyond the home. Okay, I'm pretty sure. The homestead is hidden beneath a growth of wild sprouting foliage as if it were the victim of a fairy tale curse. The flora of the reach is difficult to tame and the settlers that dwell here are struggling. Let's bring a colony of ants on board. Perfect. Feel like I definitely should try and do more while I'm out. Hello? A new smell behind the coal and the oil, the green, unlikely scent of apples. My god, could you imagine how wonderful fruit would be in a area where you couldn't just garden wherever? Like, plottable land, do you use it for a house or do you use it for a farm? I mean, there's not much to go around. That's solid. Ow. Urgh. The captain knows what he's doing. It's back! The fish is back! Ooh! Goodness! He popped. A Can-Tan-Carry, placated. Can-Tan-Carry are lumbering half-fossilized isopods that will attack anything they disapprove of. Given that they are very ancient and murderously grumpy, that means almost everything. Blasted the smithereens, only a cloud of stony chunks remains. Ooh! Let's find something. Let's look for an uncanny specimen. Ha ha! You venture out in your sky unit and begin picking through the fragments. Your patience is rewarded. Here's a stony organ, still palpitating with stubborn life. So it's kind of not really dead either. So it's an isopod that has like isolated intelligence in parts of its body too. Creepy. I like it. And that's one of the aspects of this game I adore, is just how alien it feels. What do we got? Are you yet another homestead? Wilkinsonstead, huh? The Village Green. Huh. Oh, I wonder if this is Port Prosper, and the concept of prosper is built from the fact that it can grow things. And it's fertile land. The nowhere in... Oh. Port Avon, huh? Behold, a ruin of giants. Gargantuan blocks jigsawed together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. A bucolic village nestled among them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys, and a leisurely game of cricket unfolds on the village green. A ramshackle dock juts into the sky beside a farmyard scattered with the lusty locomotive parts, plating, piping, and a chugging motor with its innards exposed. Onward! An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scents greets you, leaves wood and smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. Woo! Port Avon welcomes new visitors, but your novelty will wear off the more time you spend there. When you visit in the future, you may need to bring something to keep them friendly. What the fuck? Okay. More trivial the better. Alright. You make for the nowhere, the local pub where you can be sure of an audience. Ears bend to overhear your conversation about a London scandal. One resident even buys you a drink, an unquestionable honor. Huzzah! I'm become more liked. I'll write a port report, of course. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. To earn rewards, hand in your port reports. All right, yeah. Picking sides. I don't really have much else. Oh, wow, well, no. Recruiter repentant devil, eh? Sure. He's repentant, there can be no harm. This will give you a signaler who can increase your iron by 2, your bills by 6, and your affiliation academic by 1. Alright, welcome aboard. His very little luggage, a single satchel of books, his folded greatcoat appeared to be his only personal effects. His manner is calm, almost pedantic, as he negotiates his duties and pay, but you have a sense of urgency he wants to be out of Port Avon. 100 sovereigns! God, jeez. Better worth it, buddy. Goodness. So many places to stop. This might be an extended port visit at Port Avon. Yeah, let's definitely get ourselves some, No, I don't need verdant seeds. There we are. Ooh. Last cent I have. But, after all... my currency is exploration and reports and whatnot. It's... you have to spend money to make money and then reach here. The village green. A golden nebula scintillates above Port Avon's apple trees, allotments, eelfishes, and steepled church. Here, if you may, if you choose, immerse yourself in the village's quaint rhythms. The auroral sommier. Someone has grafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire, and impaled its top with a jaunty damask umbrella. Sure. Someone has grafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire and impaled... oh, yeah. Man stands behind it, flesh and finery, the colors of the dawn, shepherding customers through the sampling of wines. Sweet wines, sour wines, subtle wines, and sinful. Spirits of every vintage. Save, of course, the Hesperian cider. I know because I looked. This is the only place with real apples, but even the cider eludes me. He beckons me with a gloved hand. What about that cider? Ooh, unheard of and unseen since London. Closer, closer, come listen. Come here, come close and listen, you effervescent thing. I have a story. An associate of mine, he once gave me a sip of it. One golden drop to place under my tongue, and my life was changed. I went back to the store immediately, but of course the price was too much. And eventually the dreams drained away, and now I'm here, serving wine to drunks. If you decide to risk the same grief, savor it for me. His laughter is black and bitter, but the auroral sommier gives you the address nonetheless, just in case. Let's go to the village green. Heart of the village, surrounded by orchards of real apple trees that were shipped through the avid horizon as seeds. Endowment of years from her renewed majesty grew them to swift maturity. Take a relaxing stroll around the village. Sure, yeah. Oh. Above a golden nebula is fiercely in the sky, amber light dapples the curving lanes. Locals nod to you cautiously as you pass. A light drizzle of silver rain brushes the village. Its beads are bright and tiny as pinheads. Oh, I'm wearing out my welcome. I'll visit the allotments. In fenced plots across Port Avon, grizzled horticulturists tame the rampant vegetation of the reach. Let's try it out. Oh, goodness. Here a goat grazes on a bush whose leaves spiral like cockroaches. A harassed gardener hacks at weeds that look like a knot of melting snakes. Another gardener hurries over and presses a bulbous cutting in a clay pot into your hands. Here, you have it. Can't bite it singing. This plant, green, noduled, trills mournfully. Oh, poor thing. Perhaps not. I better step away. The nowhere in. Bother Ridge's A Tour of Heaven describes Port Avon's single public house as a welcome respite, justly famed for its authentic old earth cider. The locals can be welcoming for a while. May be able to recruit more crew here. I already have enough crew, but... Oh, goodness. Let's speak to a short-sighted cryptozoologist. He perches on a stool in the corner, staring at a map of the region. I could have... No. Must have taken a wrong connection at New Winchester. Tiny figure weighed down by 2 backpacks and a heavy duffel coat looks at you through thick glasses at a map and then up at you. Excuse me. I need passage. I don't suppose you could help me? I'm on the trail of unusual beasts and I can pay you for your time. Where do you need to go? Nostrum! Beams a short-sighted cryptozoologist. She leans conspiratorially. Then, realizing she whispered into one of the inn's wooden beams, she leans over to where you actually are. I hear there's a curator who lives there. With the people. Mr. Pennies. I've always wanted to meet the curator, just... safely. Alright, we're gonna head... Oh, jeez. Short-sighted cryptozoologist almost boarded someone else's locomotive. A kindly stoker guided her the right way and onto yours. Oh, dear. I really don't want to wear out my welcome. Cyclopean ruins. What palace is this with giant king made his home here? Why did he abandon the vast stores of souls that the locals still quarried from beneath the stones? Perhaps you might risk a furtive excavation on your own. The ruins. Not one of the looming stones is quite square, yet they all slot together immaculately. Ugh. Ugh. What were these ruins before their fall? Even their bones are tall and stately as the finest cathedrals of old France. What purpose did they serve in the past, plentiful days when the sun still shone? I'm gonna leave. I'm already a little worried about staying here. Oh, goodness. Your newly acquired repentant devil is standing, most unrepentantly, over a body in the hallway. I don't recognize the dead body. You haven't seen this person before. One of your crew, but the deceased is no one you know. A stranger on your locomotive. Peculiar luggage you brought on board. Says one of the crew when some others have gathered. Wouldn't have thought it fit in your little bag. First, clean up. It won't do to have the body in the hall. Then your repentant devil can explain himself. He's still got blood on his cuffs. I'm going to ask him about the recently departed. He looks younger than most devils, but is significantly older. His gaze is blank and yellow, wall against speculation. He grooms his sideburns artfully and knows how to be tactful with less seasoned members of the crew. Goodness. Under pursuit. He was a stowaway. He's been stalking me for more than a month. I thought I'd lost him when I came aboard, and he turned up in my quarters. From the body he has lifted a clinking bag of souls. Perhaps he was sent to bribe me rather than to kill me. He tilts his head to consider the soul collection. Apparently he thinks I'm a cheap hire if so. Regret to say this is probably not the last time this happens. I may be destined to attract negative attention. Okie dokie. Do you need something, sir? Oh dear. A little obvious, perhaps. His gaze is amused and flickers with intensity. I have an idea that might be beneficial for us both. I'd like to improve the lives of the workers at the Home Office on the Abbott Horizon, if you don't mind permitting me a little shore leave. The devil will generate new prospects at the Abbott Horizon if placed on second there. Well, off to the Abbott Horizon. Also, Could you tell me about the state of my soul, apparently? It's not worth much in its present condition. Too flawed. I could cure you of all of that if I had time, and if I cared, and if it were not as easy as to take any of a dozen other innocent souls in a better state of repair. If you wanted improved, you might, I suppose, try your luck at Carillion. Well. Oh, I leveled up. My facets. Alright. So we are an academic. A student of the sciences, the arts, and philosophy. Perhaps you were educated at one of the esteemed colleges of Bentinck or Somerset. Perhaps you taught yourself, to trial and error and grit, but what was your field of study? The language of the heavens. They called it correspondence. The oldest of alphabets. It is maddening, revelatory, and occasionally inflammatory. Since London moved to the stars, understanding the celestial tongues has gone from a reckless indulgence to an urgent necessity. The risks, however, are madness and combustion. Are substantial. And an interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cherry gentleman who would determine when you could leave. How colourful the other guests were. How red the curtains, how gold the fittings, how secure the locks. Eventually you were allowed to leave, but was your recovery genuine? No. You just learned to lie. You said what you had to. I sent you home. Even now, your world is red and gold and splendid. A lost love. Love. Gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. Fitting together of two lives as intricately and intimately as the threads in a tapestry or the cells of your skin. And when one of those lives ends, what remains of the other? You loved and you lost. How badly does it hurt now? Well, let's take our next facet. Ooh. You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors, august avenues. A masterpiece, a narrow escape, a scandal, and a disgraced predecessor. Oh, cool! Let's go a masterpiece. You would not let your education go to waste. You poured years of sleepless nights, setbacks, and research into your one great work. They called you brilliant, eccentric, and obsessive. They said it would be a waste of time. They said it was impossible. You proved them wrong. What were the fruits of your labor? A scathing critique of the new astronomy. And concealed within its 3 comprehensive and erudite volumes, of which are approvingly stamped by the Ministry of Public Decency, is an encrypted but spirited call to revolution. Huzzah! I love it. I love this facet system. Okay, so, he needs to go to... What was it? See, Carillion might have something for me with my soul, but, okay. Journal. You need to go to Port Prosper. You need to go to Lustrum. Oh, goodness. Do I have a log? Kinda need a log. Upstairs. Oh, I suppose. Okay. Yeah. Right. Avid Horizon. So we've got a few things to look for still. But I have 2 full supplies and a decent amount of fuel, so I'm just going to keep exploring. I kind of want to find Port Prosper to finish a mission first. I do like how that this game has, like, coincident, or, circumstantial. essentially reactionary stuff like that, where your choices just unintentionally, like playing the game gives you different avenues to go down. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that's literally how this game gets to me. A musical shift can have me on edge. Oh god, it's getting dark. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. 1 second. Alright. Yeah, I timed out the music now, so I don't have to be scared. No, I just grabbed a bit of water. Because I do seem to have a tickle in my throat from recording all day. And Pshaw can't be deterred that easily. Now, we're heading down a pretty linear path. It's making me awful nervous on if I get stuck down here. Careful, Captain, a junior signalier says. I've lost friends to the marauders who hide in the woods. Oh, lovely. The woods. They added so much more music, and it is so unsettling. It just starts and stops, too. Like, it's... Oh! They're so good at building tension. Oh. I think that's smoke. Am I chasing trouble? Oh, dear. Yeah, let's roll. Yeah, no, I'll be looking for the next exit out of here. Thank you very much. What is that, though? Damn my curiosity. Okay, good enough. No, wrong one. Whew. Well, I got out of that alive. Miraculously. Well, I suppose we went left at the rat. We'll go right at the rat. Just hang right by that rock and we'll be good. We'll be good. Everyone comfy? Everyone, I mean, we're on a train in the sky, so yeah, comfy as we can get. Just the sounds. Oh. Oh my. The vigilante. Alright. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark and its engine silent. Yeah, we need to fix it. The engineers don sky units and retrieve the salvageable plating, using it to patch the worst of your locomotive damage. Sweet. Yeah, I suppose keep looking. We're down to 1 supply, so, all in all, God, I hope I find Port Prosper or something soon. Ooh. Oh, another one of you. Hiya! Oh, you're a bull can't. Can't. Carry. Can't. And. 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 Carry. Can't Come here, fishy boy. Your lunch. Hold still. Damn, they're tough. But not tough enough. Oh, goodness. Better not. Yeah, we'll just get some money. Hot dog! What? Okay, cool. Alright. Money. Money's good. Too deep in this world, lit. Disturbing dismantlement is Canton carry. The War of Fossils. Yeah. Yeah, nah, we're not gonna do much here. I don't really have a high chance of success for doing that, and I got a feeling there ain't much here for the living right now. I have a port report, and yeah, well, I have a port report, and oh, a little bit of money. Yeah, I can buy some more supplies. Hope I can get some more fuel too. On to the new Winchester. Which, yeah, bit of a drive this time, so. Yeah, cruise control. Just reasonable. And there wasn't any cruise control on your ship, too. So, this is nice. I really like to think that those pop-ups are because in the trailer for Sunless Sea, they used that as the notifications spot for goings on as you're exploring, like you're seeing, but they just were journal entries in the original. So here it's just kind of cool. Okay, actually, you know what? No, I'll party. I'll party. I'm known to party. Come on. Let's tussle. Come on. Bam, bitch. You couldn't handle it. You just schooled it. Yeah, let's seek unusual items. We'll break in again. Huzzah! I have a salon stewed gossip. Okay, same thing. Cool. Alright, onward we go to the new Winchester. Pshaw plays it safe. Oof. Okay, just straight ahead. Cool. Yeah, it's a world that couldn't even really be explored properly by foot. It's almost like the Abyss from Made in Abyss. It's just got that eerie, unlivable, hostile energy to it. It's definitely not my domain. I am a visitor here, for sure. Yeah, that was always one of the best aspects of Sunless Sea for me, too, is when you'd always get a notification saying that they're excited to see the lights of London, and it's, oh, it does feel good to be back. You're safe. And eventually, once you get a house and all that, it really is just a feast of storytelling. Like, it's an RPG through and through, and genuinely one of the best I've played. I really don't know any other game that gives me the exact same feeling the Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies game have. It is its own feeling, and it is worth every second. It takes so much getting used to, but it is so worth it. In we go. We're back! Okay, 0 does count as an entire stack. Cool. That's good to know. Okay, so let's go to... Or yeah, explore the city. That's what I gotta do. Respond to a distress call. Oh, goodness. No. Oh, persnickety factor requires a meeting. Right. To the company house, I believe I supported last time? I would love to see what that looks like in first person. Like, even if it was just like a tour guide, like, kind of thing. Victory Hall. What do you guys do? Who are you guys? The Assembly, a coalition of independent, like-minded settlers called Tackities. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So, this will probably have a new voice, so. But. Here we go. Deliver your port report. Her tireless exertions during the blockade earned her a seat in the Assembly and enemies in London. She likes to keep abreast of events. She listens with a scowl. Well, I'd rather know than not, I suppose. And thank you for bringing this to me. Other than the bloody stovepipes, I'll arrange a gratuity. Huzzah. Oh, the stovepipes aren't doing good. Raised in the wake of a blockade of New Winchester, its magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Let's... Give me a savage secret. She leans in close before she speaks. Her voice is low and laden with tobacco. She shares what she knows of several motions that have not yet reached the assembly floor. Some would make changes of laws it is helpful to know about in advance. And I will get another worldly artifact. Help yourself. The archive is a jumble, semi-sorted, and barely catalogued. The curator, an indifferent man plagued by a phlegmy cough, is happy to loan you an exhibit. He doesn't check it out. There is no talk of returning it. If anything, he's happy to see it gone. All right. No shops here. We're turning around! We're going back to get some supplies to head back out into the Brawny Breach. We're gonna find Port Prosper this episode. I'm not ending this episode until we find Port Prosper. I will scour the skies. So, let's go to the shops. Bazaar. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll bring that to Port Avon. And... to the Ringmaster? What? No. Oop. Not done exploring. No, Arkham's Engineering? Oh, God, no. Goodness. So many parts. Oh. I was very confused for a moment. Thinking, I don't have any. Do I have these? I don't. I do not. Cozy cabins, huh? Oh, okay. Bloody hell. I do not have the money to be shopping there. Yeah. Hold on. Again, I need to make sure to be looking at what I have, and I do not have any of that cool stuff. Have anything in my bank? I thought not. Actually, I will check the engineered. Ah, no, not the engineered. The bank? No. Goodness, my hold is small. How much do you cost? Okay, yeah. Onward! So, first destination, Port Avon. To the south... west. Away we go to explore this creepy place. The scamp's narrow. It's narrow, such a scamp. You doing okay there, bud? He seems to be having a bit of a trouble driving. Man, Port Avon's just right there. Feels weird. It feels like it was ages away. That would be uncanny. Nothing around you. Everything just below you. Goodness. Otherworldly doesn't even begin to describe it. It's just unthinkable. Which is just, it's so intriguing. Failbad are such great world builders. Yep, we're back at Port Avon, where I'm gonna get more money. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, yes, I know. I hope I'm welcome. Of course, right, to port, to port. Alright, and here. Have some gossip. Right. The heart of the village. I'll sit with the eelfishers. They line the straight, stony edge of a block that juts into the sky, their rods hanging over the edge. Colonies of partner eels, smoky as sardines, breed on the other side of the port. A whiskered eelfisher asks you to hold on to his rod for him while he pops home for his tobacco pouch. No sooner is he out of earshot than you get a bite. You wrestle with the eel. It's a beast! A furious 5-footer! Eventually you manage to heave it over the lip of the stone, and your fellow fishers manage to spring on it. Deploying their EM mallets when he returns, a man you were replacing insists you keep half the catch for yourself. Oh, sweet. I'll do it again. You watch as the fishers snag their wriggling prey. You heave them out on the rock and put an end to their thrashing with eel mallets. Catches are infrequent though, and aside from the occasional struggles, we swiftly end with a meaty thwack. You can sit back, enjoy the starlight, and make conversation. That sounds relaxing as hell. I'll watch a cricket match. Is there a more restful way to spend an afternoon? You sink into the glacial rhythm of overs and innings. You enjoy a parabolic descent of the ball into fielders' waiting hands. You know the gnomic pronouncements of the Empire. Goodness. Oh. Yeah, let's visit the allotments. The contents of the allotments are unlike familiar vegetables, but it helps to look for the similarities. The bulbous squash is too lumpen, too spotty, too purple to be a marrow, but it is more like a marrow than it is a cucumber. The little fruits clumped on the serpentine vines are certainly not cherries. Cherries are not hairy, but they are closer to cherries than they are to, say, kiwi fruit. Well, otters. Call it a marrow, then. Call them cherries. It helps, somehow. The gardener, mistaking your cognitive reshuffle for hunger, offers you a handful of freshly layered, tapered, tiger-striped roots. Let's call them carrots. Oh, God. Okay. I'm supposed to be dropping somebody off. I'd love to recruit the Rat Brigade. A new beginning. The smallest, most scarred rat is called Cinders. She introduces her companions. This, she indicates in the rat wearing goggles, is my servant, Petronilla, our mechanic. She gestures towards a rat with glossy fur. And this is our agent provocateur, Albrecht. The rat inclines his head. We need a locomotive. These battle-hardened rats are all that remain of the Rat Regiment, a mercenary company active in the early days of the Winchester War. There used to be a dozen of us, the best sappers around. Now look at us. Time for that later. We'll pay, Intendant. Huzzah! The Rat Brigade joins. Don't I have someone with me? Who needs to be here? Last room. Believe I'm supposed to sell something here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Ah, yes. Did I? I could have. Oh, yeah, right there. Yet. I needed to bring things here. Duh. I wonder where I would even find that. Bro, Brownswood. Well, Shit. Where do I get Bronzewood? Wait a minute. No. Oh, okay. That's what that is here. No. I misunderstood. Port Prosper it is. Away we go. Alright. So we'll head left after Wilkinsonstead. Wilkinsonstead. What is that? I'm okay. Oh, May 20th, eh? We're out in the great unknown, where no one dares to roam. Jesus. It's just trees, as far as you can see, up and down. In front of you, it's a forest of empty space. I got a clearing. Clearings make me nervous. Open space feels deceptively like open water. What on earth was that? Okay. Suppose keep on as we were, gentlemen. What? Begone with you, marauder! You will not sink me in my brigade of rats. Pshaw is it's too tough. Dude, yeah, better repair. We have no problem fighting off marauders. Good. Oh. Is that an event? Bright-headed pardner eels, huh? Ah. On do we go. We're gonna find Port Prosper. I swear it. Again, open space. Not great. I'm beginning to think this might be a dead end. Really starting to sink in. That it might be a possibility. Just might be a possibility. I have a hunch that those aren't friendly if you hit them. Goodness, butchery. Wonder what they taste like. But what would a partner eel be? Gamey, you think? Pardon? An argument breaks out between two crewmen. One owes the other money but cannot repay it. Unfortunately, the debt was sworn on the name of the Burrow below, roving god of the deep skies and a keeper of compacts. The Burrow has a low opinion of oathbreakers, your crew muttered darkly. I fear this will bring him bad luck. I will not tolerate. No, you know what? In the sky, punish the oathbreaker. I don't know. For now, you order him to confined quarters as much as for his own safety as for punishment. You leave him at the next station. His remaining friends are sullen, but most of the crew are glad to be rid of him. It's hard times in the Reach. We're in the Meraldwood. Oh, more partner eels. Captain, there's good eating on a partner eel. Too bad we don't know how to make them. Or catch them. Make them, either, honestly. Forest of towering bronzewoods, the wind is full of fallen leaves. They rattle at your engine's windows. Oh, bronzewoods. Okay, I need this scrap. How do I harvest it? Huzzah! What have we here? Somerset Camp. There's a dock captain. We are at the forest edge in Trader's Woods. Trader's Woods is a sprawling, secluded forest on the edge of the Reach. Few venture beneath its gloomy boughs. And the legend speaks of a king who sleeps under the barrow at the wood's heart. An opportunity, a lumber camp. Yes, please. No, I need to figure something else out. The wood's edge. The wood is vast and as a felled giant and fathomless as a great ocean. The wood is vast as a felled giant and fathomless as a great ocean. Like the ocean, much of it is hidden from view. Careful expeditions are required to go deeper in the wood. The forest is rich and wild in the verdant species of the Reach. Exploring the starlight-dappled edges of the wood could be profitable. None? Place seems tough. Forest rises behind the station where a few tents have been setting up. Yeah, the parting glade. The forest rises behind the station where a few tents have been set up. What might be an owl calls from somewhere in the wood. In the far distance, a great stone barrow rises over the trees. In the glade, an oasis of wildflowers and sweet meadow field is in the midst of the brooding trees. It's where captains meet to do business and bring their ventures to the wood to conclusion. I'll write a port report. It's gone untouched by human hands. Voices sound in the deeps of the woods, forlorn and far away. The wood is vast and vastly lonely. Let's approach the tents. You move through the damp of the wood, the ground beneath your feet slick in the fresh fallen rain. The figures around the campfire do not seem to have heard you, engrossed entirely in their argument. Two figures draped in scholars' robes huddle around a campfire. They are arguing about kings. A banner in the colours of the Somerset, London University's most respectable college, gleams in the firelight. As you approach, the discussion dies. One of the scholars, a woman with fierce expression, stands up. Only scholars should be here. Are you one? Yes, I am an academic. The scholars quiz you for a few minutes on your publication history. They have heard of one of your articles and largely approved. The woman is a vituperative classicist. Her companion's a dismal paleographer, a forlorn young man, and a feckless theologian, a handsome young man with an easy smile. They explain that they are here to enter the regent's grave, where they believe a sleeping king is buried. They do not agree as to the king's identity. The shadow of the barrow falls over the... Oh, goodness. Unfortunately, the college has cut off funding. Speak to us if you'd be interested in helping. The shadow of a barrow falls over the camp. A mournful wail carries in the wind. A cluster of scholars is set up on camp in the border of the wood. Their funding gone, they struggle to continue their research into whoever is entombed in the regent's grave. The wind howls in the trees, and the skies threaten rain. The scholars huddle their tents, brooding over papers and conspiring against colleagues. How can I help? Inquiry induces the rare spirit of cooperation in the scholars. The last expedition to the woods found a document written in the correspondence. It contained directions to a place called the Steward's Font. The theologian explains. Alas, that is all it needs to break their alliance. The paleographer begins to argue the steward was a chief position in Charlemagne's household. The classic history makes a pointed reference to Diana's husband. The theologian smiles forced. If you could find the font, it would be an immense boon to me in my work. There are sputters of protestation. Our work. I'm gonna perhaps not all the way out and save an exit, because that is the episode, unfortunately. I'm ending it before we found Port Prosper because it seems to be a far-off goal to this day. I dare to believe it even exists. But anyways, have a sexy day. Keep it metal. Cause and effect. I'm mostly just ending this because my voice is shot. So thank you so much for watching. Hit like if you enjoyed, and thank you for putting through with it if you stuck this far along. I had fun, and I'll be back with more. Have a great day.